Word on the street is that coming in 2026, the Atlanta Falcons, which is my favorite team, even though I like to talk a lot of BS about the Steelers and their fans, because they need to be real and start being real about a lot of things. The Falcons are getting new uniforms. Now, they just recently got uniforms right around 2021, 2020, right around that ballpark. I still kind of like them. Now it looks like they're going to do a little bit of a touch-up and a little bit of a rebrand, and might be going back to old school. Who knows? Let's talk about it. So here we are in our little establishment. I just get a fresh cut, and I might as well pick a hat because I don't know what to pick because I have enough of these, and I usually collect. But we get to do this because even though I could do every NFL team, thinking about that might be something I will in fact do. But we're also doing some of the hockey stuff right now. But being a Falcons fan in Central PA is weird, but I will support the Steelers because I'm an Irish Penguins fan. But I just read that note that the Falcons are getting new uniforms in 2026 for the upcoming season, as we're now in 2026 now. So what exactly would there be? Apparently, they could have already made their mind up already. Guess we'll find that out. The longer we live, the closer we're going to find out. Right here, there's that subscribe button. Hit that if you want to be alerted for anything new that comes around and what we decide to talk about on this thing. And this time we'll do a little NFL stuff as well as we're preparing for the ongoing whatever for free agency and all that. But I might as well, for Falcons fans, if you're not a really fan of the Falcons, you can just exit out of this and I'll see you in the next one. But what are they going to do for uniforms? There's a lot of people thinking they should go. They should do that throwback with the red helmet, the black jersey, and do that full time. But you know how people and content creators and people who play with Photoshop all the time like that. Well, since I'm already here, might as well do that. So what I'm going to do is do something I haven't done in a while, and that's spin this around over. And you can still see my little Funko of me. You can make your own. Go find that one. Keep Funko in business. And what we're going to do is basically just go through a couple ideas of what the weird funkadelic people of the Atlanta Falcons think they're going to do. And what we're going to do is just basically just go down, not necessarily memory lane. We're not going to go through every single one. This is what they're dealing with right now to a point. You can 86 pretty much that red jersey. That red jersey, I actually kind of like that thing, and I never bought it. I never bought it. Actually, the last Falcons jersey I ever bought was a Julio Jones one, and I have a Matt Ryan authentic. But in a way, then we came to this new idea where it's, we're in the 2020s now. Everything's so high tech, and the funkadelic design works and everything. People want the new stuff, but there's also a lot of people that like the throwback stuff because that's what they remember and you want to keep it. There's even Gen Z and Gen Alpha people who are football fans, and they know the throwbacks more than anybody, and they like seeing those better than some people put them out for. Like, for example, like this right here. This is like the last couple ones that you saw and they do mix them up once in a while. They play the black with the white pants, the white jersey with the black pants, and they had the throwback with the jersey and with the black jersey and the white pants. And where is that at? There it is, right there. But they only use that red jersey, that red jersey that fades into the black. They only used it 1 year, and I think they only used it like maybe 2, 3, 4 times, not off the top of my head, but they no longer use that. So if you find that and you hold that in your collection, good, that's a golf clap for you. So let's just burn through, and I'm just going to, as always, do some of this the best way I possibly can, because there's other people that like certain stuff, certain wavelengths. Like, here's some ideas, and people will love to use the Photoshop. There's a lot of people that think they're going to go back to the red helmet. And when people do Photoshops like that, go back to the red helmet. I mean, I'm not going to be wrong. Why do I mix this up? There it is. There it is. There's on my OBS. They mix my buttons. But I'll tell you right now, you look at the photo with Matt Ryan with that red jersey. I mean, it's the updated one with the old logo, and then you see one with the old logo, with the old white on the right side there, with the updated Falcon logo on the red, And then you got some trim on the bottom where you have the white, the red, and the black. They're ideas. I don't know if I would go back full time to the old logo, but this is, I mean, these are just different concepts of Photoshops. That's just number one. Let's just go to another one. I picked also a few off of Bookface. I mean, let's look at this. This is kind of an idea of what they're wearing right now for a throwback, but they're going to use the updated Falcon. Like you got this with the gray pants, and then they change it up with the black. Then you see one that's all white here, with white pants, but they're keeping the red. They would like to do much keeping they like to try to do as much as they can to keep the red. I mean, these are some ideas. There's one here that brings back a little bit of the 2000 days, but you get the red jersey with the gray pants. This brings a little 2000 era, almost late 90s, early 2000 era before they went to the Dirty Bird era. But and people don't know the Dirty Bird era. That was the all black when they played in the Georgia Dome. Black helmet, black jersey, silver pants. That was Dion days, Michael Haynes, Chris Chandler, all that stuff. This was before Vic showed up. This is not a bad concept right here. I will give him that one. Let's just move on to the next one. I'm going to see if I can smash through this. This is probably what we just saw. So let me get to this one right here. Um, this isn't bad either. They're going to throw some old school stripes, and they're going to try to do their best to keep the gold, not the gold, but I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're probably going to go the red helmet. Or would you be one of those teams that has two different helmets? New Orleans has two different. Seattle at one point had two different. Pittsburgh had two different at one point. They had the black one, and then when they had that throwback, they wore their gold one at one point. Some people didn't like the gold one, but there's maybe the Falcons will be that one that wears the red, and then they'll have a black, and they'll wear their black every once in a while. But this is a good concept right here. This is actually very, very simple with those old school stripes on the shoulder with the logo, with the big logo on the shoulder. Font looks simple. You got the black with the gray pants, you got the white with red numbers and black pants. You could probably put the gray pants with that. Red socks on that is also pretty dope. This is actually not too bad. Let me just hit the bottom on there. And this is what it looks like when it's all black. This is actually filthy. This is anytime the Falcons ever wore all black, it was sick looking. But right now they're not that much of a winning team. They're going to be a complete restructure coming up. But the all black is really, really filthy. The all red is actually not half bad as well. This is throwbackish right here, back to back to 80s days. Red. I don't have much to say about this. The all red is really, really fire. There's not a lot of teams in the league. They think the Falcons did all red, like color rush, a couple times in the last couple of years, and it lit up. I mean, teams like to do the color rush, except for Jacksonville's. They were pretty fugly, if you remember those. And I think I hit the button one more time. This is just kind of what it looks like with with the black pants, the white jersey, black pants, red socks. The socks is like a kind of a different thing. And the one on the right here is really, really close to what they were when they went to the Super Bowl. And that was the Super Bowl. They went against Denver and got the shellac beat out of them by John Elway and the Broncos. This is actually not. I would actually take this idea right offhand. I'm going to just hit this button right here. That just goes back to that. Look at the old striping on here. You got a little bit of that bronze and goldish type of striping on it. I'm wondering if that's what they're going to do. They kind of did that a little bit when they did a throwback evening. I'm going to hold this off. Let's just go to the next one here. Um, this is a little bit of what it would look like with the newer logo in red, and then you got a newer, different font with with striping pants on there. The number font is completely different, but what it would look like, it's almost like take a comparison. What would you rather have? Would you have the red helmet and put your stuff together? I mean, you could hold that into whatever you want to call it. That's interesting. This is a good concept here because any of these combinations would be fine. I'm okay with this one. Let me do a couple more and we'll close the bar. Let's just look at this. This is kind of what they have right now, except for the helmet. The helmet has the updated logo. This is kind of going to be. This is probably going to be somewhat what they're going to kind of go with. They kind of want to go maybe add the name, except ATL. They want to put the Falcons on there. This might be it. This very well might be it. I don't know what road jerseys would be like, but they're going to have. But maybe this is what's going to be like. It'll probably be gray or white pants. Maybe they'll have black. Who knows? But this is gold school. This is old school font, old school number font, easy as it can be. This might be what Arthur Blank wants to do. Let me go to this one. This one actually is not bad, but it's almost identical to what they're using right now, except no ATL in the front, an all black, an all white, and an all red. Simple. I don't know what you can tell on this one. The striping on the pants is really cool as well. I like that a lot. But no ATL. They just put Falcons on the front, and they do have a little bit of slashing, striping on the on the shoulders. That's not bad at all. I like that a lot. Let me just go to this one right here. Look, this is a little bit funkadelic. Almost brings you back to when they started getting the new ones. It's hard to look real close because you get on all white, you get a black with white pants, you get white with black, and then you get a red one. Number font is different. You got all this trim on the top. Not bad. It's different. It's a little loud, but I think that I kind of thinking that the Falcons are going to try to go a little bit old school. This one right here is not half bad either, but the font is actually really close. These actually look really close to Arizona Cardinal type of deal. Red jersey, number font's really close to Arizona, but you get red with white, white with white, black with white, and they get a funkadelic all black one. And I think that might be old school. This is close to old school, but it just doesn't have the silver pants to it. But it's kind of almost looking like they want to use the old logo for this one. And then let me see about this one. This one is actually a little bit funkadelic as well. Just look at the shoulders. The number font's really close to Jacksonville's, and it's all black, all white, all red. I don't know what you want to go with, but I'm almost leaning to this is probably going to be my two takes. This one right here. Let me just hit this and see if it does anything else. Yeah, there's an all red one version of that. That brings back old school stuff right there. Is the red with the white, red with the gray, and I don't know if they go anywhere else. Let me hit this and see if it's anything else. That's just what it looks like with the white. And my guess is, I'm guessing they're probably going to go this direction and just make the helmet with the updated logo. I don't know what's going to be. Will I buy it? Probably down the road. I don't even have one of the new ones yet, and they've been out for 6 years, 6 years. I haven't decided what I want to do yet, so I'm going to shut this. I'm going to shut this down. And I don't know which direction they're going to go. If you're a Falcons fan, what would you rather do? Would you rather them go back to the old school stuff? Would you rather go red full time with the helmet with the new logo? I think they would just stay with the logo. Logo hasn't done anything to them, but all this funkadelic stuff will put an ATL in the end zones, put it right here, put it on the hat. This is right here. This is what they're known for. But with new digs coming up, there's going to be a lot of new digs coming up in the NFL for next season. Like Washington might be going to the old school stuff. Titans are getting new stuff again. There's a lot. We may cover it on the channel, and if you want to hang out and check those out, we probably will. But what would you rather have if you're a Falcons fan? What would you rather have as the Falcons' new digs? The bar is closed. You hit that subscribe button. We will be here, and we will talk more of this stuff and all bunch of funkadelic other stuff, whether it's here, Facebook, Instagram, and I'll throw a couple on TikTok every once in a while. Bar is closed. Your opinion. What do you think the ATL is going to have in 2026?